Hello friends, welcome to Avi's Academy. So today we will be working out a problem using Karl Pearson's correlation of coefficient. So Karl Pearson's product moment method is used when variables have linear relationship between themselves or whenever the data, the two variables are normally distributed. So during this situation, we use Karl Pearson's correlation of coefficient. The Karl Pearson's correlation of coefficient is modified into three methods just for the sake of calculation, because some of these methods can be very useful or some of these methods simplify the calculation depending upon the situation. One of such method we will be discussing today, which is called as mean method or actual mean method. So here, instead of taking the actual values given, we take mean of actual values, arithmetic mean of actual values, then we use that to calculate correlation coefficient. Before discussing about what is given in the question, let me tell you how we can calculate correlation coefficient using actual mean method. Okay, so that is R is equal to, so here R stands for, I discussed earlier, R is we use to calculate sample correlation, whereas Greek letter rho we use it to calculate population correlation coefficient, population ka correlation coefficient. So R is equal to sigma x minus x bar into y minus y bar. So this is our numerator. Okay, we are calculating the deviation from the mean, x value ka deviation from the mean, each individual value, and similarly for y, that is a variable y. So then we are multiplying it, then we are summing it up. So that is our numerator. Then here we have denominator, which is a root of sigma x minus x bar square. Okay, sigma x minus x bar. Here we calculate individual values of x minus x bar. Individual values are squared here, then we are summing it up into, this is not x, this is into sigma. Now similarly for our y variable, y minus y bar square, so whole root of it. So this is how we calculate Karl Pearson's correlation coefficient using actual mean. Therefore the method is called as actual mean method. Okay, so let us look at the illustration. So we will look at the illustration and then we will calculate the values. So remember, what are the values we need? X minus x bar, y minus y bar, x minus x bar square, and then y minus y bar square. So these are the values required additionally. So here they have given, find out the correlation coefficient for the data given below. They have given some data. For this data we need to calculate correlation coefficient. Okay, so now let us look at the data or variables ka data or variables ka information which they have given. So they have given variable x, which is demand, and variable y, which is price. So demand and price ka information they have given. So for this information, for this data, we need to calculate correlation coefficient. So they have given x values, they have given y values. As I discussed earlier when I was discussing about actual mean ka formula, I said numerator, in the numerator we have sigma x minus x bar into y minus x bar, y minus y bar. We have x and y only, that means we need to calculate x minus x bar. Okay, so this is one information which we need to calculate. Then we need to calculate y minus y bar, right? So this is the value which we need. After that we are multiplying these two values to get x minus x bar into y minus y bar. Okay, the sum of this is equal to our numerator. Okay, we are calculating individual values, then we are summing it up, that will be equal to sigma x minus x bar, y minus y bar. So this will be our numerator. Okay, next value which we need in the denominator was x minus x bar square, sigma x minus x bar square. So we have only x minus x bar. These values what we are getting here, we have to square it up. So separately I need to calculate. So I'll be writing it here, x minus x bar square. Similarly I need for y, which is y minus y bar square. So these are the information which we need to additionally calculate apart from what they have given in the question. Okay, let us do that now. So now x values is given, so we have x individual x values here. We do not know what is x bar, that means we have to calculate x bar first. So x bar, you all know this calculation, that is total of x divided by number of observation. I can say it is, so our x bar will be, I'll write here, x bar is equal to total of x, nothing but sum of x or summation of x divided by n, number of observation, which is 5. So now if we are totaling it up, so 10 plus 15 is 25, 25 plus 25 50, 50 plus 20 is 70, 70 plus 30 is 100. So sigma x is equal to, so sigma x is equal to 100 divided by number of observations are 5, therefore our x bar value is 20. Okay, so this is the value. So now we can calculate x minus x bar. Okay, so now we know what is x bar, which is 20, x we know 10, so 10 minus x bar, which is 20, 10 minus 20, which is minus 10, 15 minus 20, which is minus 5, 25 minus 20, which is plus 5, 20 minus 20, which is 0, 30 minus 20, which is 10. So these are deviations from the actual mean value. So this we have calculated. Okay. Similarly, now we have to calculate y minus y bar. We know y values. We do not know y bar. We have to calculate y bar. So y bar is equal to sigma y, the total of y values divided by number of observation. Okay, let me calculate sigma y here first. So sigma y is equal to 200 plus 250, 450, 850, 850 plus 320 is 1170, 1170 plus 400 is 1570. Okay, so this is the value, 450, 850, 1120, 1570, 1170, 1570. So this is our sigma y value. Sigma y is 1720 divided by, 1570 divided by number of observations are same, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, divided by 5. It has to be same because we are calculating correlation between x and y variable. So frequencies should be, number of observations should be same. So 1570 divided by 5. So you can easily do this. So 5, first if you take 15, this, yeah. So 314 we get. Okay, you can use your calculator. If you can manage without calculator, that is also fine. No issue with it. So this is 314. So that will be equal to 314 y bar. Now let me proceed. Y minus y bar I need to calculate. So 200 minus 314, which is 114 minus 100. So next we have to calculate deviation, the second y value, 250 minus 314, which is equal to 64. Next value 400 minus 314, which is equal to 86. Next value 320 minus 314, which is equal to 6. And then next value is 400 minus 314, which is equal to 86. So these are y minus y bar values. Now we have to calculate, you have to calculate sigma x minus x bar, x minus x bar, which is here, into y minus y bar. Nothing but we have to multiply these values with each other. Okay, 10 into 114. So minus minus, it will be plus. So it will be 1140. Use your calculator. 64 into 5. So that is equal to 320. 86 into 5, which is 86 into 5, which will be 6 5 30. Okay, 430. Next 0 into 6 which is 0, 86 into 10 which is 860. Okay, so this is our x minus x bar, y minus y bar values. I would request you to calculate x minus x bar square and y minus y bar square. So, okay, you use your calculator and calculate the values. I hope you are done with the calculation. I have already calculated the values and I have write it on the board. So have a look at the answers, the calculations. X minus x bar, y minus y bar we have calculated previously. You need to sum it up. That is equal to sigma x minus x bar into y minus y bar, which is equal to 2750. So this is our numerator in the calculation. And then we need to calculate the denominator component, that is sigma x minus x bar square. So sigma x minus x bar square I have calculated, which is 250, into sigma y minus y bar square, which is you have to calculate y minus y bar ka square. Y minus y bar is here, square these values, that is written here, the sum of these which is sigma y minus y bar square, which is equal to 31,920. So whatever the values we need, that I have already calculated. Now we need to substitute all these values, computed values, with our equation. So let us do that. I need only these values for the calculation. So the remaining part I'll rub it up for the time being. You don't do that because I do not have space for that. Because of that reason I'm doing this. Okay, I'll be doing the next computation here. Okay. So as discussed earlier, I have already discussed about the equation. So that is correlation coefficient is equal to, that is R is equal to sigma x minus x bar into y minus y bar, that is my numerator ka value, divided by root of, this is actually your covariance, okay, root of sigma x minus x bar square into sigma y minus y bar square. Okay, so root is there, whole root it is, remember that. Now I am substituting these values with the equation. Okay, first sigma x minus x bar into y minus y bar, which is equal to 2750, divided by root of sigma x minus x bar square, which is 250, into sigma y minus y bar square, which is 31,920, which is equal to, you calculate the values. We already substituted the values. You continue with the calculation. I'll write the answer here. I have continued with the calculation. So these are the values we are getting. 2750 divided by root of 250 into 31,920. This is where we stopped, and I asked you to calculate. So I have calculated the values. 2750 divided by the product of these two values, which is 79,80,000. So after that I have written the numerator as it is. Then I have calculated the root value, 79,80,000 ka square root, which is 2,824.89. Okay, now I am finding the quotient. 2,750 divided by 2,824.89, which is equal to 0.9735. So this is our correlation ka value. So correlation between the demand, which is X variable, demand and price, is 0.9735. So based on this value, if you are interpreting, so you will, since again the coefficient value is positive, you will say there exists high degree of positive, high degree because the value is 0.9735, high degree of positive because signs are positive, high degree of positive correlation between demand and price. So this is how we need to interpret. So this is our calculation under arithmetic mean. In calculating this, we have calculated the initial values easily till here. After that, we found little bit of difficulty in the calculation of especially y minus y bar, because the value was higher value, bigger value. So when we have bigger value, we find the calculation little bit difficult when we are following actual mean method. There are other alternatives available in the product moment method that we will be discussing in our next class. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you like this video, do consider to subscribe to the channel and press bell icon to get future updates on the videos which I am going to upload. Thank you for watching.